Hello, how are you? Hope all is well. Another day, another show. Uh, Thank you for the response to the Onam show, the Kerala show. I I got a lot of very good response. Thank you so much. Yeah, today I'm going to touch upon a subject which is slightly bizarre, but yeah, there is a lot of debate going on about the numbers in the country, about our economic numbers, and the government is extremely buoyant on these numbers, and they keep marketing them, GDP numbers, whatever, the health of the economy, how well it is doing, and all kinds of stuff, which is good. It is their job, and they're doing a very good job of it. And yeah, but the problem is that there's also an alternate view, and the alternate view comes from some very senior people like, say, the former finance minister P. Chidambaram, or Raghuram Rajan. Again, very respected. He's a former finance minister of India, P. Chidambaram. And he has a completely opposite view. And his view is very strong, it's very sharp, and it is very, very deep. So you don't understand what is the correct number, what is the correct scenario. And economic numbers over years have always been itchy, because every government, whichever government it is, they make it a point to showcase the numbers as it's never happened before, especially in third world countries, especially in growing economy, emerging economies, where numbers are always been a little suspicious. So in the mid 90s, there was a professor of economics who created a model, which I thought was a very interesting model. Her name was Juliet Kohar. Juliet Skahar, Kohar. Yeah, she created a economic model based on people's purchasing power, which I thought was very, very good, because that is very authentic. That's very real. You can't dispute that. Yeah. So her theory is that when an economy is doing badly, one of the big indicators of how badly why the economy is doing badly, is when women start buying a lot of lipsticks. It's called the lipstick theory. The reason why they buy lipsticks is because they can't afford expensive clothes, so they use lipsticks to feel good about life. Um, so this is a very famous known theory, and it is very effective. She has three more hypotheses. First one is the lipstick one. The second one is, she says, men's underwear. Men buy less underwears during recession. They they they're okay wearing torn ones. So that's another big indicator. And she says the economy is doing well. One of the big indicators of a good, healthy economy is the number of cranes you see in a city skyline of construction. So that is a sign of a good economy. I found these three very interesting thoughts, and her hypothesis to actually evaluate what is the economic condition of the country, which I thought very, very nice. I said, okay, let's use our filters to look at how our economy is doing. So I picked up the filters, and I'm going to share them with you. Uh, According to me, they make sense, but let's see. My first one is, uh, if you drive around any city, and I've been driving around quite a bit across many cities in the country. Uh, I did Trivandrum, Hyderabad, Bangalore, Bombay, where I live, Delhi, Jaipur, Ahmedabad, and Srinagar. Quite a good spread, 7, 8 cities over the last 6, 7 months. And I found it fascinating, the number of real estate properties that are on rent or for sale. So for me, one of the big economic indicators is the to-let board. I think when properties are not being put on rent or being sold, the to-let board is a good indication of what is happening in that economy, in that city. Once you build something, the amount of money invested is huge. If the returns don't come, it all goes into the red. And if you look at the number of toilet boards today in the country, it's unbelievable. You drive around your neighborhood and you'll see so many toilet boards. In a place like Bandra, getting a place for office or stay, say about 7 8 years back was impossible. Today there is glut of property in Bandra. Glut. You can walk out, get what you want. It's pretty much the same everywhere. Real estate is in a very bad shape. Uh, that is to do with urban. The other interesting thing is if you go to rural India, if you look at the front of a house, every house has got three doors, two or three doors. So those are basically an indicator of the number of sons in the family. So when you have uh, when you have a family which has got say three sons, one of them is taking care of the rural home, and the two are working in urban India. And it used to be an extremely well balanced, happy ecosystem. Now that has changed. Now in most homes, the walls have come up, which means the sons have come back. And because the sons have come back, the the land holding, which normally is not very big in India, starts getting divided. There are disputes, there are fights, brothers are fighting with each other. You see if you go to any Tehsildar office, the number of complaints you see from fights is unbelievable. Police station complaints. I mean, it is bizarre. Uh, Land holdings are small, so the fights are huge. For me, this is the second big indicator of an economic slowdown. The third big indicator for me is the number of youngsters you see at chai shops. You drive anywhere in the city, chai shops are full of young boys sitting full day and having chai. Why are they there? They should be at work. But these chai nukkads are full of youngsters, 10, 12, 14 of them sitting and having tea the whole day. And, it is very heartbreaking. And the last one, which I think is slightly bizarre, but it picks up from the first one, which is the lipstick example. If you go to rural India now, or traditionally if you go to rural India, I'm talking of small towns, there used to be a village barber. That guy came once a week or once a month, and that day in the village, everyone had a haircut because that's what he did. And normally to the barter system. So for his haircut, the village gave him a bag of whatever grain they produced. In north, it is wheat, bajra. In south, it is rice. In Maharashtra, again, some parts is rice, some parts is wheat. Uh, and it was a beautiful ecosystem. And it was interesting also because the barber carried tails. Now that has changed. In every village now you see four barber shops. I don't understand why are there so many barber shops in a village of say 25 homes. It's because those boys have nothing else to do. They sit and get themselves. I mean, that's how they spend their day at a barber shop. And there are three, four barber shops in a small town, small village, hamlet, not even a village. These are very bad indicators. They are. I mean, you can throw big numbers at me of GDP and per capita and all that, but these are real numbers. Real numbers of boys sitting at tea stalls. Real numbers of the toilet boards. You can drive around and see toilet boards anywhere and everywhere. You'll see them everywhere. It's all over the place. Uh, you'll see these, village homes being divided. People keep talking about the growth of cement category in rural India. Cement is not growing in rural India because they are building apartments. It's growing because nearly every home is being pulled down and being divided and rebuilt again. And this is happening because people from urban are moving back to rural because there are no jobs in urban. Uh, every state has three, four big cities that give jobs. Take Maharashtra, it's Pune, Nasik, Bombay, Aurangabad, and Nagpur. Things are not happening there. So these boys are all going back. They're going back to the villages, and yeah, that's happening large scale. So my theory about the economic status of the country is based on these parameters, which are outside your numbers, Excel sheets, and these actually paint a much sadder picture than what the world actually thinks it is. So this is my theory, uh, my theory on how to actually reference an economy. Uh, and I think it is quite obvious. If you don't need to be a scientist or an economist to figure this out. If you just walk around a little bit, you'll get to know what's going on. Have a look, make your own calls, pass your own judgment. Yeah, enjoy yourself. That's it for me from my side. And last week I met a friend, Derek O'Brien, member of parliament, lovely guy, good friend. He printed a lovely book called Who Cares About the Parliament. It's a beautiful book. I've read half of it. I got it yesterday. The thing about the book is it's written in first person. So the book is like Derek is talking to you. And it's very well written, very well researched. It tells you how the parliament is functioning. It tells you what's going on in the country. Pick it up and read it. It's quite nice. Yeah, that's it from my end. Thank you very much. God bless you. And see you soon. Bye.